Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Drew from twitch.tv/BetOnDrew. I got a video for you here today just showing you some of the way that I like to study when I'm using my Poker Tracker 4 HUD. So I'm going to show you how to make some quick filters so that we can easily access common situations, I think, that are worth studying. And we're just going to show you a few here. But we're going to make these filters for 10 to 20 big blind play, showdown hands. And this one is really, I think, important because I think sometimes we get a little bit too happy with just being at showdown. And we really want to make sure that we're properly betting the river, because if you think about it, by the time pots get to the river, that's where the most chips go into the pot. So it seems like it would be a pretty big deal, right? And then we have 3-bet pots here, and then we have specific hand searches. So if you want to see exactly how you play jacks, for instance, that's a common hand people don't like playing, pocket jacks. So we could search specifically for that, or 3-4 offsuit, whatever you'd like to see. And then also a quick access to your tagged hands. I know when I'm playing, I'll tag hands, and then if you don't make a quick filter for it in Poker Tracker 4, it can be a little bit more difficult to go through all your dates and try to find which hands you've tagged. So this should make it easier. And then that way, we could just focus on playing while we're playing. And if you're into studying and you're trying to learn and grow your game, you can create some filters yourself, and you can examine some more of the more common situations. You could even sort it by, c-betting. There's a ton of different things that you can do. But I'm going to give you just a little bit of a head start here. We're going to set up some filters for these ones, show you how to do it. So here you got your Poker Tracker 4 open. We're going to go to View Stats. And then we want to make sure for MTTs, multi-table tournaments, which is what I primarily play, have this tournament button clicked up here, and then statistics, and it's going to show you by position. Okay, right now it's trying to load, but that's okay because we're going to set something up here. So you want to go in. Let's go to hand details, and then we're setting up our 10 to 20 big blind play. All right, very common stack depth in a tournament. Also one of the more difficult stacks to play if you don't really know how. Are you shoving properly? Are you calling correctly? Are you limping too much from this stack? There's a bunch of different questions that kind of revolve around this stack depth in tournaments. So what we want to click is player is hero. We're in hand details, player is hero, and then pot size and stack depth. Let's go pre-flop. And then right here, actual stack size. We're just going to type in here 10 to 20. We're going to click this button, actual stack size. And then that is all we need here. We have big blinds between 10 and 20, pre-flop. And we have player is hero. So we're going to add this to the filter, and you see it reads it back to us essentially. Player is hero, and actual stack size is between 10 and 20. We're going to save this quick filter, and we're going to name it 10 to 20 BB play. That way we can go through and search later way easier. And now we're going to save and apply. And then now you'll see here it's going to be thinking, of course. It's going to take a minute because it's got to sort through all your hands that you may have on your system. But right now, the quick filter here, it says 10 to 20 big blind play. And then it's the only one we have, so we're going to create the filters that we showed you before. So we're on 10 to 20 big blind play. The hands did load here. And make sure you have all hands. Sometimes I think this defaults to 100. But what we can do here, now we'll just double check. We're going to replay all here once it pulls up in a minuto. Alright, and then when it comes up, you right click, you hit replay all hands, and then it will pull this up, and then you can see we've got a few hands here selected. We're going to click through, and we're looking for 10 to 20 big blinds. So as you can see, that's 10 to 20 right here, 10 to 20, and so as you can see, what is this, 11 big blinds. It is all set up. So we could go through there and examine our play, see how we are playing that stack depth. And I think this is really nice from a coaching standpoint, if students are to send me hands and we're thinking about maybe some troubled areas that they're looking to grow, we could just go like, all right, give me your hands. I load them into my PT4, pull up this. Let's take a look at your 10 to 20 big blind play. But now we're going to, now that we see how to do that one, we're going to look at big blind play. All right, specifically, so we're going to go back, do the same thing first. We're going to clear our filter. We're going to go to more filters here. And then now we are going to set up for big blind play. All right, so what we do here is we go to hand details. Again, we click player is hero. Now, instead of the stack size and stack depth, we're going to go player position here. Okay, and then we're going to go pre-flop, and we're going to go exactly 8. All right. And then we make sure the check mark right here is exactly 8. And the reason we pick exactly 8, because 8 here, as you can see, is always the big blind. All right, so we're placing the position as 8. That's the big blind. We click this on, check mark. We are good. And then if you go back here, you'll see pre-flop. Position is 8, player is hero. We click add to filter, player is hero, and position is big blind. We're going to add here. And we're going to type big blind play. We hit OK, save and apply. And then now, of course, we wait for everything to load. Alrighty, and then once that loads, you'll see here now we have our big blind play, and we still have the 10 to 20 big blind play. So again, we could just go in, plug it in, and then now you will see right here, everything is from the big blind. Okay, all these hands are our big blind hands that we've had. You can go through and click. We'll play, see if it'll come up here relatively soon enough. There we go. We replay the hands, and of course we're going to be in the big blind here in all the hands that you see. Big blind, big blind, big blind, big blind, big blind, big blind. Alright, so that is that one. Again, now we have big blind and 10 to 20, so we're going to look at the showdown hands. This is a fun one. This is a fun one. We're going to go back now. We're going to clear the filters, and then again, we're just adding another filter for now the hands at showdown. All right, now there's a couple of ways you can do, and it looks that you can do the showdown ones. You can go here, actions opportunity, and you can see it says sauce showdown, checked river. But what I have been doing and like doing here is we're going to go back into hand details here, and we're going to click, of course, player is hero. But what I like to look for is very specifically, I'm looking for, because if you just have hands that got down to showdown, you could have 3-bet jammed all in pre-flop. If hands got to showdown, it's going to show you that. So I want to see spots on the river where specifically there's still chips left to bet, and it's not like somebody's all in. I want to be on that river, and I want to see the player position here on the river, the person in position, because what I like to look at with my students and myself is, okay, we're in position on the river, and are we betting correctly? Are we checking correctly? Okay, so we're going to do in position here, player position river, and this is all in hand details. Player position is set to river, in position. All right, player is hero, and I want to see a heads-up pot, because multi-way pots on the river are a bit different, and I think the majority of the time we're going to be getting to the river in a heads-up pot. So let's see, players on river, going to go on, and we're going to do between 2 and 2, so heads up. All right, so you see it's added there. We're in position, and then now this is the part, and I was looking over this with a friend before, and it's like we couldn't find the exact right equation, and I think this is the one to be able to analyze the situation we want to analyze, is being able to bet in the river, having chips, and us in position. Are we checking? Are we betting enough? So now we're going to put the effective stack size, and the difference between actual stack size and effective stack size is that actual stack size, that's going to mean hours. Effective means between the two people on the river, what is the lowest or the most chips that can be won or lost, right? So if we get to the river and the villain has 10 big blinds, but we have 20 big blinds, the effective stack size is 10, because they don't have 20 to lose. and I can only lose 10 big blinds. So we're going to look and make sure that there is at least, all right, when we say effective stack size, we want to have at least 10 big blinds on the river. And then I'm going to put this up to, since we're talking about tournaments, let's say 50 big blinds. All right, so when it gets to the river here, there is still effectively at least 10 to 50 big blinds in play that betting can occur. All right, so that's what I want to see. And then now, there you go. On the river, big blinds 10 and 50. And you see now we've just done that all within here. And then now we are going to continue forward. We're going to add this to the filter. It's going to show us what it says. So we want, this is player is hero and effective stack size is between 10 and 50. There's heads up on the river, and us, the active player, we are in position. Okay, perfect. And we're going to put heads up, river showdown. And I'll just put 10 to 50 BB effect. Okay, that way we know that they're still betting. And I'll just put heads up river. All right. There we go. We're going to save and apply filters. And then, of course, we wait a little bit. And now we're going to look at a couple of these situations. So here we go. The filters. And the thing with the filters, you want to make sure they're set up right. Because I know I've had a lot of just trial and errors. Like, oh, this isn't exactly what I want it to be showing. This isn't exactly what I want it to be showing. So here we go. We're going to see this. It limps. And then we're not really focusing on the play right now, but we want to see here. So now we're on the river, and we are in position. And this one we're actually facing a bet. So this one is a little bit different, but still, we're heads up on the river, and we are looking at our decisions. And we're hoping we're in position. Out of position is going to be a little bit different. You know, we're facing a bet there. Let's see how this one goes. Check, check. And then bets on the river. How do we play it? We call. So you can see, you can go through this. And every single situation we're getting heads up to the river, and there's a decision. Here's one where we are the one who has a decision whether we check or bet here. It looks like, so this is actually a quick one we'll rip through. So bet, we decide to raise the turn here. I think if I'm raising the turn here, it's probably to check the river, get value, because there's a lot of draws out there. They check, and then now it's like, oh, do we bet or check? And this is a situation that I really like to look at. But this is kind of an awkward hand because I raised the turn knowing that I'm probably going to check here. So we do check, and so we ship against them, hence the value raise on the turn. Makes the river decision a little bit less dicey at times, depending on who you're up against. This is an aggressive-minded opponent. So I think that's a cool stat to have in your quick filter. And again, look at this. We can just pull these up now at any time and examine these situations, see how we're doing. Or if you're a coach, or you look at coaching, or you're getting coached, this is a cool exercise to check out those hands in those situations. So now we've done that, and we're going to show some more here. We're going to look at 3-bet pots now. So we clear the filters, and then we back in it looking for 3-bet pots. So what we'll do is we'll go down to actions and opportunities here, and then we're going to go to preflop. We're going to look at preflop 3-betting. All right, we'll just click the VPIP, and then preflop raises. We'll go here to any 3-bet. All right, and we already have, it's going to be set to hero. There are no more hero options. So VPIP, preflop raises, any 3-bet. We'll just go ahead and look at this. And we'll just actually put any 3-bet here, and we'll show you how this comes up. So now again, you see up top here, it's going to show all the positions. We're just looking at big blind. Now this is going to show us all of our 3-bets, all of our 3-bet shoves from this position. Here's a 3-bet, 26 big blinds, calling off with the 10s. We win a flip, so we go through, and again, as you can see, these are all 3-bet pots, whether they're all in or not from our hero, and of course, just from the big blind. So we're looking at our, now we're doing a combination of looking at our big blind 3-bet pots, because you see we have a selected big blind up here. You can sort by positions. So that's any 3-bets. That one is nice and easy as well. And then now specific hand searches, it's what's next on our list. As you can see, it's all pretty easy. I'll go through this one pretty quick. You just click here, hand values, whole card range selection, hold 'em high hand, and then you could just click the hands here like this. So let's say for some weird reason we want to see how we're playing 10-5 and 9-6 off. Click the hands here, add the filter, hands. You see it just shows what hands. I'm actually, yeah, we'll just save as quick filter, and then just put ace ace, ace king suited, ace king off, 9-6 off, and 10-5 suited, right? So there we go. We could just type the hands, save and apply, and then just as we've done before, like magic, you see we could scroll here and you see all the hands that it's showing. Ace king 9-6, aces, ace king 10-5. All right, pretty easy. And then of course that is added to your filter. And then the last one here that we'll show you, just to give you an idea of all of these things, then you can adjust and play with it as much as you'd like. It's actually pretty fun. Quick access to tagged hands. We go in here, and then we go, where is that one? Here we go. So we go into hand details, and we could just put hand tagged, and I tag mine review and tilt. Those are the only two that I use for some reason. Player is hero, which if I tag the hand review or tilt, we're in it. So this is probably not necessary, but pretty easy. Hand details, hand tagged as review or tilt. Add the filter. You could see that. Save is quick, and this is, I'll just put tagged. And save and apply. And then you can see here we have all the tags from the big blind. Looks like these are all tilt hands. Tilt doesn't mean much, it's just one of the two that I use. See, here's a review one. I think I like the bomb icon better, to be honest, but you can quickly, very much so, go through your hands, see all the ones that you've tagged, and review them. And it's much, much easier. So that's it. Again, I just made this video hoping that I can give you some confidence to study your poker tracker 4 more. Use these quick filters. Study your game, get better at tournament poker. And now you can see we have these easy access. So if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to come over to the stream at twitch.tv/BetOnDrew. Say what's up. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. See you later. Peace.